Hello everyone. Let's go ahead on to page 2. Now with number 5, I wanted you to write the slope-intercept form of the line with slope 2/3. So I gave you the slope, passing through point 5, -2. Now, I also want you to graph the line. Well, first thing you should do is go to 5, -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2. You know that this point has to be on the line. We know that the slope is 2/3 and it's positive, so it's going to be a line rising as it goes to the right. Those are two things we should be able to figure out from graphing it, but we need to know where. So let's use our point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That makes it quick and easy. Y is minus -2 or plus 2. M is 2/3 times x minus 5. Okay, well that's y plus 2 equals 2/3 x minus 10/3. Because 5 times 2/3, 5 times 2 is 10, over 3, it's still negative. Y is going to equal, because we need to subtract the 2 on both sides. So that gives 2/3 x. Now we're subtracting 10/3 and we're subtracting 2. Well, 2 over 1 has to become something over 3. That'd be 6 over 3. So we're going to be subtracting 16 over 3. If we're subtracting 16 over 3, then we have our slope-intercept form of the line right there. There we go. We also have our y-intercept, but let's be honest, let's not go too far with this. Let's see. How about if we put in 0.2? Might make it we'll make it 0.3. Why not? 0.3, that'd be 2/3 times 3 minus 16/3. Well, 3 times 2/3 is 2. 2 minus 16/3, well, we're back to what we did before, and we're actually going to get a negative 10/3, because 2 over 1 times 3 over 3 equals 6 over 3. And if we have a positive 6 over 3 minus a negative 16, we're subtracting 16 over 3, we get a negative 10 over 3. All right, so 10 over 3 actually equates to 3 1/3. So at 3, we go down 3, and then we go to about 1/3. And we get a line that goes through here, roughly. So your equational line is y equals 2/3 x minus 16/3, and that is roughly your equation of your graph of the line. Now, let's go to number 6. General form of the equation of a circle with radius 3 and center 2, -7. Well, r equals 3, and the center is actually h, k equals 2, -7. I write those down because the general form of equation of a circle is this right here. Well, x minus h, that's x minus 2. X minus 2 squared. Plus y minus k. Well, that's y minus -7, so that makes it a y plus 7 squared. And r is 3, so 3 squared is 9. That's what I was looking for, right there. Oh. Now, number 7, I gave you the radius of the circle No, I gave you the equation of the circle, and I want you to find the center and the radius of the circle and then graph it. All right, first thing you should do is write this down and group the like terms. We get x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 4y. And we want to move the negative 3 across and make it equals 3. Now we have to complete the square for both x and y. So x squared minus 6x, negative 6 is the b. So realistically, to write this out, we have to have x squared minus 6x. Half of 6 is 3. Negative 3 squared is plus 9. Y squared plus 4y. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4. And we have our 3 plus 9 plus 4. Now, x squared minus 6x plus 9 reduces down to x minus 3. Because remember, it's half of 6, so it's a negative 3 squared. Plus, and then our y reduces down half of 4, y plus 2 squared, equals 3 plus 9 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So I need my center, my h and k. Well, my h would be 3, because remember, x minus h is the form. So it'd be a positive 3. Plus 2 means that my k would have to be a negative 2. So it's a negative 2. And then remember that r, this is my h, comma, k. My r has to equal the square root of this, because this is r squared. Well, the square root of 16 is 4. So what we need to do is we need to count over 3 down 2, and that is our center. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put a little dot there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there. And our circle should be something like this. If you can draw a better circle than me, it's not surprising, especially on this thing. But roughly, that's where the circle should be graphed. Now for number 8. For number 8, I gave you the general form of a line, 4x plus 5y equals 8. And what I want you to do is to find a parallel line containing the point 3, negative 4, and a perpendicular line containing the point 2, comma 1. Well, the first thing that you should do is take this general form and make it slope-intercept. That way you have your slope, you have your y-intercept, you know what's going on here. So 4x plus 5y equals 8. We get 5y equals negative 4x plus 8. Then we divide by 5, and we get y equals negative 4 fifths x plus 8 fifths. So our slope equals negative 4 fifths. Now for our parallel line, that's going to be, I'm just going to say line. Let's try the point slope form, because it's probably the fastest way. Remember, we already have our slope. Any parallel line has to have the same slope as the original line, but has a different y-intercept. So it's going to be y minus, well, it's a negative 4, so it's plus 4, equals negative 4 fifths times x minus 3. All right, well, that's y plus 4 equals negative 4 fifths x. And negative 3 times negative 4 is a positive 12/5. Now we're going to subtract 4. So y equals negative 4/5 x. 12/5 is a positive number. We're subtracting 4. I'm going to write that down there. Down here, we get 12/5 minus 4. That becomes 12/5 minus 20 over 5. Because for the 1 to become a 5, you got to multiply by 5. For the 4, you got to multiply by 5 to become 20. You get a negative 8/5. So it's minus 8/5. It's a parallel line, and from the look of things, it's pretty much running through the opposite of the y-intercept. Y-intercept in the original one is a positive 8/5. The y-intercept in the parallel line is through the negative 8/5. Now, let's look at our perpendicular line. Now remember that for the line to be perpendicular, the slope has to be the result of the product. Let me put it this way. Sorry. The product of the two slopes has to equal negative 1. So negative 4/5 x has to equal negative 1. Well, that would be a 5 on both sides. So negative 4x equals negative 5. And x is going to equal 5/4 because the two negatives cancel out. So we have y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So y, remember our point for the perpendicular line is 2, 1. So y minus 1 equals 5/4 times x minus 2. Okay, that gives me 5/4 x minus 2 times 5/4. Well, we can actually work that and cancel it down. It becomes 10 over 4, which is 5/2. Still have our y minus 1. So we're going to add a 1 on both sides. So that's going to be y equals 5/4 x. Now if we add 1, we're adding a 2 over 2. So we get a minus 3/2. So the equation for the parallel line is right here. And the equation for the perpendicular line is right here. And that's what I wanted you to find for this one. So I hope these corrections have helped you. I hope it helps you to understand what you did wrong. You need to have these corrections to me by the 15th of October. That's a week from yesterday, or this coming Friday. And during the week of the 18th through the 22nd, we will schedule a time for all of the people who want to take the makeup exam. I hope you all enjoy what's left of your holiday weekend. Take care, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.